Hi, my good people, and today we have another good episode for you. And today we are going to do a project on writing an LED using a push button. It is our first time meeting a push button, so we'll do that. And we said we have this part, we have this WOKWI simulator, we said we have this the ID part, and also we have this the simulation part or where we do our connection. So what we need, because we need to do the connection first, we just maximize the side of connection like that, and then come here to the plus button where we'll be getting our components. So what we need here, you click there and then come pick, we need an LED. An LED needs a resistor, so come pick there, and then come pick something else. We need a push button like so. Let me pick this one, and then we need the resistor for the push button too. So we need to do the connection now, and the connection here, also we need a breadboard. So we go take a breadboard, yeah, from our search place, and then we take this half because we don't have many components, and then come place it somewhere here. Yes, move that somewhere here, so something like that. And then we need to maybe just ensure you zoom out a little bit. Come put your breadboard somewhere there, come put your Arduino there somewhere there. So we need to set up our press or our connection in order. So come pick the push button like that, and then ensure it is there, like so. So we are using this side and that, so these parts need to be connected to our negative side here, or we use this part there like so. So we are using this side connect to 5 volts. Let me first finish with this. Connect to 5 volts, and then bring the ground here up there. So ensure that, and then we want to pick one pin to use for our push button. So we come here and connect to pin 2, and come here, or maybe we just use pin 12, okay, for our neatness, and then come pick our resistor for the LED. Where is it? Come pick that, rotate it, and then come with it, put it somewhere like so, and then come pick our LED, and then come put it there on the top. Hope you can remember the connection of an LED and a resistor. So we need to use this pin 7 for our LED, and then the other part you connect to ground. So don't forget that station. So in our coding today, I think everyone can get the connection we have done. We need to connect this push button between, or this pin that we have used for a push button, between a resistor and a ground, and then the other part connected to a push button. So this is called a pull-up resistor. Okay, so we'll come here and maximize this part of the coding. So there is something I wanted to teach you today before we do the coding, and it is called an if else statement. An if statement is just like how we can say, if it is raining, carry an umbrella; if it is not, don't carry an umbrella. So we have something called if statement, and it say here on my notes, it's saying if some condition, do stuff if the condition is true. And then there is a common variation called if else that look like this. And then there is this called if else. I have just told you, if it is raining, carry an umbrella; if it is not, don't. That's what we call an if statement. So if a condition is written inside these two brackets, and then a curly bracket is opened and closed, and in between the curly bracket you write what you need to do, or like that's what I was saying, carry an umbrella. And then else, open the curly brackets and then do the other stuff. Else means that the condition, the upper condition, is not true, so do this. Also we have something called if else if. So these are two conditions. Maybe you are saying, if it is raining, do this; else if it is raining and it is sunny, carry an umbrella and sunglasses. Okay, So that's the condition. Like, it is not direct, it have some other added things or contradicting things, so it cannot be pressing else. Okay, so we go back. So we'll come here in our coding. I hope everyone can see, and we maximize a little bit. So we come here in the void setup. We have used pin 12 for push button and pin 7 for our LED. Okay, hope everyone can remember that. So we come here and say pin mode, and then say 12. And a push button is always an input, and then we come here and write pin mode, and then we say pin 7, which is for our LED. You write it output. Okay, so we need to come here, we need to do something small here. We need to read the condition of that push button. Is it on, is it pressed or not? Okay, so we come here and write int. We need to create a container that will be storing that information we have read from the push button, and we create it as int and then x. I will call that container x, and that container will be containing what? Digital read what? Pin 12. Okay, so pin 12, whatever will be read in pin 12 will be stored in x. So creating a container, or in coding, is called a variable. So what we need to use is this thing that is in that container. So we come here and say if, and then we open the brackets. Hope you can remember that. X is what is read from the push button, is equals. So we'll not use 1 is equals. This is for the comparison. We use 2 is equals in coding of, or in Arduino IDE. Okay, if x is equals to high, if that button is pressed, do what? Open the curly bracket. Now write what we need to do. If this condition is true, what do we need it to do? We digital write. Hope you can remember that from our previous video about the push button, the LED, sorry. And then what do we need? We need to put 7 into a high state. We need to put on the LED. If x is high, if whatever have been read in pin 12 is high, that button is pressed, do what? Write an LED. Okay, else, and then you come here, write else, and then open the curly brackets. Do what? Write the second stuff you may need to do. If this is x is row, do what? Come here and write digital write what? 7 low. Okay, so I think you can understand. We have read the state of that push button and store it in x. If it is high, do this, and we said it will keep reading it because this so fast. Okay, so, and then what we need to come here, we have already done with coding, and then come here and maximize this. Hope this is well connected. So you come here and put simulation on. Okay, and then when we press the button, you can see our LED is getting on. Okay, we can also maximize match for you to see. And when we press our hand there and press the button, okay, like so, you can see if I press, it is on. So the condition is met. If I press, if the button is pressed, put the LED on. If it is pressed, put the LED on. Okay, thank you for that, and I will see you in our next lesson. Thank you very much.